You ever find yourself wondering if she's into you, but everything she does just leaves you even more confused? One minute, she's laughing at your jokes like you're a stand-up comic. The next, she's scrolling through her phone like you're not even there. It's frustrating, right? You start second-guessing yourself. Am I imagining things? Is she just being nice? Or is there actually something there? Well, let me tell you something. When a woman is attracted to you, but she's trying to keep it subtle, her body will speak in whispers, not shouts. And if you don't know how to read those whispers, you'll miss them every single time. But today, we're gonna slow things down. You and me, we're gonna walk through this together. Because once you understand how these signals work, you'll start to notice things you never saw before. It's like putting on glasses for the first time. Everything just clicks. Now, I want you to picture this. It's a random Tuesday morning, and you're at your favorite coffee shop. Same barista, same playlist, same quiet hum of espresso machines. You're standing in line, scrolling your phone when she walks in. You've seen her here before. She's got that soft energy that kind of just glows. She's not loud, not flashy, but there's something about her that pulls the room slightly in her direction. She glances around, and then she sees you. Just for a second, her eyes meet yours, and then she looks away, fast. Not because she's shy, but because that 1 second held too much weight. You go up to order. You're not even trying to be impressive. Maybe you're a little tired, hair's a little messy, but when you turn around, she's just a few steps behind you. Now here's what most guys miss. She didn't have to be right behind you. The place isn't crowded, but she chose to stand there. She's close enough to smell your cologne. Close enough to hear your voice when you order. That's not random. That's not coincidence. That's intentional. It's soft. It's subtle. And it's 100% real. But here's the thing. She's not gonna just tell you she's into you. Most women don't. Not directly, anyway. Instead, she'll send out signals like breadcrumbs. And if you know how to follow those breadcrumbs, they'll lead you somewhere interesting. A friend of mine, Dylan, told me this story that stuck with me. He was at a birthday dinner, bunch of friends from college. Everyone was sitting around this big wooden table, drinks, music, lots of loud laughter. And across from him, this woman, Emily, was sitting with her chin in her hand. She wasn't saying much, just listening to the conversation, sipping her wine. But every so often she'd glance at him, not directly, not full-on eye contact, just that sideways look, that little peek. Now Dylan's a smart guy, but he's not always the most confident. He told me later, "Man, I thought maybe she just kept looking in my direction because the window was behind me." No, buddy, that wasn't the window, that was you. She didn't want to make it obvious. That's not her style. But when a woman is curious about you, interested in you, her eyes will wander, even when she tries to stop them. And here's what's even crazier. When he got up to leave, she reached out and touched his wrist just lightly and said, "It was really good seeing you again." That touch? It wasn't an accident either, because attraction doesn't always show up like fireworks. Sometimes it shows up like fingertips, light, brief, but unforgettable. Now, maybe you're wondering, why not just say it? Why not just tell me she's into me? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever liked someone so much that it scared you a little? Have you ever sat next to someone and thought, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I mess this up? Women feel that too, probably even more often than you think. And on top of that, there's pressure, social pressure, cultural pressure, pressure to let the guy make the first move, pressure not to come off as too forward. And underneath all of that is vulnerability. So instead of telling you straight up, she drops signals, little signs. A laugh that lingers a second longer, a question that seems unnecessary, but really, she's just trying to keep the conversation going. And if she feels safe with you, if she senses you're paying attention, those signs get a little louder, but only if you're paying attention. Let me take you back to a walk I had one night. It was raining. That soft kind of drizzle that makes the air smell like the earth's taking a deep breath. I was walking with someone I had feelings for, but I wasn't sure if she felt the same. We weren't holding hands, we weren't touching, but she kept walking just close enough that our shoulders brushed. And when a car passed by and splashed a puddle near us, I instinctively moved in front of her. She smiled, not a big, dramatic smile, but one of those quiet smiles, like her heart just said, "Thank you." And then she said, "I like walking with you." That was it, 5 words. But in that moment, I felt more seen than I had in weeks. Sometimes attraction looks like closeness, not physical closeness, emotional closeness. That feeling that when you're near someone, the air shifts. You don't know what it is, but you don't want to leave it. So now that you see the signs, what do? The answer's simple. You don't rush. You don't force it. You lean into it. If you feel her energy pulling toward you, meet her halfway. Ask her how her day was, but actually listen. Look her in the eye, not in a creepy way, but in a present way. Respond to her laughter. Invite her curiosity, and don't be afraid to show interest back. That's the key. If she's dropping hints and you keep playing it cool forever, she might retreat. She might think you're not feeling it, and the moment passes. But if you match her warmth with your own, she'll feel safe enough to take a step closer. And once that happens, once she feels seen, heard, and understood, everything changes. There's one more story I want to share. A guy I know, Marcus, he met this woman at a work conference. They had this amazing low-key connection over 3 days. Nothing serious, just conversations, laughs, a little eye contact here and there. But on the last day, when they were saying goodbye at the hotel lobby, she hesitated. She didn't hug him right away. She just stood there holding her tote bag, looking up at him, and she said, "I'm glad we met." That's it. And then she turned and walked out into the street. No dramatic kiss, no exchanged numbers, just those 4 words and a long, slow glance over her shoulder as the cab pulled away. You know what that was? That was attraction. But it was wrapped in timing, wrapped in fear, wrapped in hesitation. He didn't follow up, and he's still wondering to this day if she felt the same. Look, here's the truth. Sometimes the signs are subtle. Sometimes they're buried in the spaces between words. Sometimes they hide in the way she fidgets with her hair, the way she adjusts her sleeve, the way she waits for you to notice her. But they're there. And if you're tuned in, if you're really present, you'll feel it. So next time you're around, her, whoever she is, don't just look. See how she leans in. See how she smiles when she says your name. See how the air changes when it's just the 2 of you. Because if she's attracted to you and trying to hide it, those subtle signs are her way of saying, "I'm here." Are you? Hey, if you felt something during this video, maybe you thought of someone, maybe you're starting to connect the dots, don't ignore that. Keep noticing, keep listening. And when the moment feels right, take a step closer, because sometimes the smallest signs lead to the biggest stories.